Hi, I'm Zach. Some of you in this room might know me. Most of you, though, might not. But I hope at the end of our conversation, I could leave you with something to remember me by. Well then, I participate in my fair share of extracurricular activities. And more often than not, it's like I bit off more than I could chew. What I mean is, my exams literally just went by. And it doesn't get more stressful than that, right? But frankly, what I am and how I got here today is not why I'm up here. Instead, I want to give you all a little insight on the life of a 9-year-old boy, one who recently moved to Dubai with his family. Believe it or not, I was quite the shy, insecure type of kid. I would keep to myself most often. I wouldn't start a conversation. Instead, I would just answer for whatever was asked of me. And it wasn't hard for me to go unnoticed in the hallways. What I'm trying to say is, I am shorter than most people. But I didn't let my lack of athleticism hold me back. Sure, it was tough committing myself to sports and various educational programs. Needless to say, I wasn't the best at any of them at the time. But with the passage of time, I realized how truly gifted I was. And not just me, everyone in this room for that matter. Let's take a trip down memory lane. About 7 years ago. 7 years ago, my life was not in its best shape. It was actually in shambles. I was having a lot of problems with my schooling life, and my sporting part of me, well, it wasn't all that great. What I'm trying to say is, I wasn't making any progress in any manner at all. But eventually, you meet people. And if they're the right kind of people, they can change your life for the better, as I did. Education. Education is the fundamental to everything in today's society, and I agree. But 7 years ago, our education system was not the same as it is today. 7 years ago, you had to be the smartest or the most intellectual student to be accepted in a class. If you had a difficulty in learning, that was completely on you. But over the years, learning institutes themselves have transformed. Now, you have wonderful teachers to guide you and answer to your every need and concern. People to even show you down the right paths of life. Children who were previously neglected or didn't do so well in school are now noticed. They're accepted and they're shown their true value, which is much greater than just an A star. Metamorphosis. Let me break this down for you. Meta comes from a Greek word meaning change. Morph, another Greek word meaning shape. And finally, osis, once again a Greek word meaning the process. Ladies and gentlemen, metamorphosis. It directly translates into the process of changing shape. But this does not necessarily have to be physical. I changed internally and mentally for the betterment of myself. Currently standing in front of you is no more than a common example of self-evolution. 7 years have passed, and I'm finally able to say, I am proud of the person I have become. Ask yourself, where did you see yourself when you were about 10 years old? Are you proud of the person you've become? The person you have evolved into? As I changed, everything around me changed as well. My bonds with my classmates grew stronger. My family and I grew closer. I matured. Unknowingly, everything else changed, just as I did. Just as a caterpillar goes through several phases before it metamorphosizes into a butterfly, we too do the same. We change from the small, innocent little babies in our parents' arms to hyperactive, fun-seeking, and energetic toddlers, to really grumpy teenagers, and finally, to young and mature men and women. Excuse me. I never really understood what metamorphosis is, but now I realize that metamorphosis is just evolution, but not the evolution of just one thing. It is the evolution of everything around us due to the development and progress of one thing. What I am today is a result of motivation and inspiration from my amazing teachers, friends, and my family. But the Zach of tomorrow, we are yet to see. Now, to make good on my promises earlier, I'll leave you all with a small quote. A quote from the father of evolution, Charles Darwin. It is not the strongest of species that survive. Neither is it the most intelligent species. In fact, it is a species that is most adaptable to its own change. Thank you very much and have a good day.